Did we get enough coffee? I hope so, because we want this to be an interactive session. So your part is coming up in about, if we're on time, in about 15 minutes, it's your turn to ask questions and have a nice discussion back and forth. So those were the instructions from Supervisor Chavez, was to make sure that our panelists aren't talking at you. Sorry, panelists. So make sure you didn't eat a lot of carbs, and if you did, walk it off, go stand over there, because we definitely want you to be involved in the latter part of the session. So let's see, it's 9:30, and since we're running a little late, the session's gonna go until 10:55, 11 o'clock, just so you get a sense of timing, and then we're gonna go back to the big room, to the ballroom, and then you're gonna do your lunch and your mentoring roundtables and such. So, all right, let me introduce myself. So I am Giselle Nunez. I'm your moderator for this morning, and our fine group of panelists will introduce themselves shortly. I will just share with you briefly who I am. I'm a marketing and communications professional, and I'm experienced in leading successful marketing campaigns, multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns. I'm a community volunteer, I'm a community advocate, and one of my passions, through my workshops, through my coaching, through my book, Take Charge of Your Brand, which is going to be raffled off later today, 3 of them actually, so not just one, is to help women. I don't want to not include men, but my special passion is women of color especially, to help them learn how to communicate their value and become stronger advocates for themselves by building a strong personal brand. And I think that having a strong personal brand is directly related to how we show up as leaders. And actually, research shows that there is a direct correlation between having a strong personal brand and what kind of effective leader you are. And there's a great quote that I wanted to share with you that is written in the book Identity Leadership by Stedman Graham. Hint, hint, Identity Leadership, a good book to read if you want to read more about leadership. And the quote goes like this: become a passionate, purposeful, and meaningful leader through identifying who you are, your desires, and your abilities. So again, having a strong personal brand, understanding who you are, is an integral part of learning who you want to be, becoming more of yourself in the leadership roles that you're going to hold or that you hold now. And essentially, that in turn will help you become a more confident and a more effective leader. So, and our theme for the workshop is learn how to become more of an effective leader. And as the workshop description says, a leader is not born, a leader is made. So, if we're not born intrinsically with this leadership gene, what does that mean for us? We gotta work really hard, right? We gotta work really extra hard to nurture and to grow that leadership skill set. So today, you're very lucky that you're going to hear from our fine, strong women leaders in our community that are going to share with you how they've nurtured, how they have grown this skill set of leadership skills, so that that's allowed them to become more of themselves, more of their authentic self as leaders. And these are very effective leaders in our community, and I'm so excited to be with them today. It was just so nice to know that I know almost all of them, and we just met Beverly over the weekend, on the phone, but it's like we've known her forever, so I'm just so excited. So they're gonna introduce themselves in just 2 seconds, but again, start thinking about the questions that you wanna ask, because we're going to have about a 45 to 50-minute discussion back and forth so that they can share their wisdom, and you can share maybe your thoughts as well and your wisdom, because as I think the president of Foothill College said, we not only learn from our teachers, we also learn from our friends, right? So this is what we're going to do this morning. So without further ado, let me ask our fine panelists to introduce themselves with their name, title, workplace, and fun fact. And the fun fact that we decided that they were going to share was, what was the last movie that they saw in the movie theater? So, who wants to kick it off?